Hello everyone, this is Leonard Ulrich with a New World Order update, a short video exploring where secret societies and Bible prophecy meet. I'd like to call this short video Nuclear War in Yemen. You heard me right, Nuclear War in Yemen. This video is based on two articles from Veterans Today, which is a very interesting website. In the first article from Veterans Today, called How Israel Was Busted Nuking Yemen, we read the following. By now, every Veterans Today reader will be aware that Israel dropped a neutron bomb on Yemen on behalf of their Saudi allies. As well as the readers of Veterans Today, 1 billion Arabs also know this truth. Every Arabic media outlet picked up the Veterans Today story, as have the Russian outlets Pravda, Russia Today, and Sputnik News. This story is too big to die. It is worldwide. Now we're going to explore that opening paragraph, so don't worry if you have some questions. But first of all, what is the proof that nuclear bombs have been dropped on Yemen? Well, I'm going to show you a clip that I want you to watch for the sparkles around the fireball. Here it is. Now, if you watch that carefully, you'll see the sparkles around the fireball, and this is where we get interesting. The combination of the camera's plastic lens, or glass lens for that matter, and the photoelectric effect produced by the camera's CCD pickup chip, because it is basically a very large array of photodiodes, allows them to act as very good detectors of high-level ionizing radiation. Low-level radiation in this case is not of concern because it will not immediately kill you or have long-term negative health effects. By pointing the camera at an explosive event, it will immediately determine if it is nuclear or not. When the camera's CCD pickup chip is overloaded by excess radiation, it will pixelize, showing white sparkles all over the picture of the fireball or blast image area. As a researcher, I don't take one person or one source's word for that. I will go to other sources that have no relation to source A for that matter, in order to try to determine the proof of that matter, or any matter. And for your consideration, I'm going to show you a brief clip from a YouTube video entitled Top 5 Amazing Nuclear Reactor Startups. And because this is a nuclear reactor, you can expect a nuclear reaction. And the camera that has been dropped inside the nuclear reactor clearly shows the same sparkling effect as the alleged nuclear bomb drops in Yemen. So here is that video for your consideration. So as you can see, the same physical phenomenon is recorded in the nuclear bomb drop explosion and in the nuclear reactor startup. Why? Because the camera's sensor is being bombarded by subatomic particles. I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, well, if this is true, this would be picked up by every mainstream media outlet in the West. No, it wouldn't. The Middle East has basically accepted all this as a fact, but the West hasn't, because the West hasn't been told. And the West hasn't been told about a nuclear warfare in Yemen and other countries because of a potential negative reaction in the West. So war goes on by not informing the public. But let's look at a different article, also by Veterans Today. Saudis have Israel nuke Yemen for them. That is the second article from Veterans Today that I'm citing. And this article is co-authored by Jeff Smith, who is a nuclear physicist and former International Atomic Energy Agency inspector. So yes, someone who does know what they're talking about when it comes to nuclear explosions is backing up what Veterans Today has published and what international sources have also ran with. If the radiation is too high, it will burn out the chip. They had big problems with this in Japan and the Fukushima robots cameras failing due to very high radiation counts. Delivery is most likely by an IDF F-16 with a Saudi paint job on the plane. They are not even hiding their use anymore. They just don't publicly admit it, and the IAEA does nothing or says nothing. That is the true war crime. The UN just ignores it unless the United States, France, or Great Britain complains. Russia and China say nothing. Finally, Saudi Arabia has no F-16s. The aircraft reported to be used to drop the bomb in Yemen were F-16s. Photo and acoustic signatures confirms that this jet engine noise is from a single-engine jet fighter of the F-16 type. There has been nuclear war going on in Yemen for the past several years, and nobody is hearing about this in the mainstream media in the West, but it is all over the Middle East. And by the way, don't think that I'm basing my claim that nuclear bombs were dropped on Yemen by just one simple video clip. I'm going to close this video with several more examples of the same phenomenon and overlay that series of video clips with Bible verses, which to me indicate that nuclear warfare is expected in the present and in the future. I'm not trying to scare you by fear. I'm trying to motivate you by fact. We live in desperate times, and the more informed you are, the more motivated you are to turn your priorities towards Christ and the Bible, which is exactly why I do what I do. Knowledge by itself isn't going to save you. The saving grace of Jesus Christ is going to save you. Get to know that saving grace through the Bible, because you're seeing the Bible come to life right in front of your eyes. I'm Leonard Ulrich.